What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. I know I'm in the exact same place that the last video was, but the last video kind of got some traction, which is a good thing because I want to address a few of the comments because it blew up and you guys have comments and all of you guys are opinionated. Hey, we're all opinionated. But I wanted to dive into them and dispel some of the rumors and also really give you guys what the facts are. I swear to God, the guy always passes by every single time. One of the biggest things that people said, overall, the biggest thing that everyone was saying was move out of California. You guys don't understand. If you're commenting that, you don't really understand what's going on. The EPA is federal. It's not just California. So you guys all saying, oh, Texas doesn't care, Florida doesn't care. They care. And they're actually going after you guys. Even Lund Racing is in Pennsylvania, which doesn't really have either a visual inspection or something like that. So Lund Racing, they're going after them, and they're in Pennsylvania where they apparently don't care, according to you guys. So I want to dispel that first and foremost because you guys think, oh, just leave California. Trust me, it's on my mind, don't get me wrong, but it's going to go everywhere. It's not just California. Everything starts in California and trickles out. Well, New York and California, they're like the most progressive, and then it all kind of leaches out into the rest of the world. Other thing is you guys think that, oh, it's just happening in the States. It's not going to happen or it's not going to trickle out. What happens in our United States actually affects the rest of the world. We are one of the largest markets. And if you guys want a little glimpse of the future, look at what's happening to Germany. So Germany, you have to have mods that are government certified by government certified shops. That is terrible. Nowadays in California, in Texas, wherever, you can do all this stuff in your garage. I mean, I installed my supercharger, EPA compliant supercharger in my garage with my buddies. And that was one of my best memories of this car. Now, the RPM Act, it's really trying to just save people to be able to do race car stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, people use cars and do terrible things. Like all the sideshows, cut those things out. That's stupid. There's literally donut rings right behind me, which is probably what that security guard thought I was gonna do. And see how I got that look is all because of those people that are stupid and doing this on the street. What I'm trying to get at is the few bad apples do ruin it for a lot of people in the image. So the few people start doing donuts and stuff in a street corner, shut it down. That makes all of us look dumb because a lot of the times it is muscle cars that do that because they're rear wheel drive, high horsepower, and easy to get your hands on. So for that reason, they're very popular. And people that do that are just straight idiots. I don't even care about calling you out. You are an idiot if you do that. I just don't even care at this point. Now, I've made the video and I've tried to get traction, and hopefully you guys have been signing the RPM Act, which I did as well, or sign the petition to get the RPM Act. And there's a few people that are big supporters of it in other states, more Republican states than not. But without getting too political, mine basically said, screw off, it's illegal. I have an email from Dianne Feinstein, which I'm not a fan of her, let's be honest. I've been trying to do my part and bring awareness to this whole thing, and I've been trying to, make this video. It went kind of viral, which is cool. I appreciate that, so thank you guys for sharing it. This one also will have to be shared because it's the real truth. For all these people that said, oh, it's not gonna happen to my state, trust me, it is. It's not going anywhere. But when you sign that petition that's linked down below, which I hope all of you are, it actually sends a message to your senators and your representatives and all that stuff, right? Well, I got one from Dianne Feinstein, which I'm not a fan of her work at all, but she basically said, and this is really what's scary, here's the email I got from her directly, which you guys, I'm going to be reading off of, so excuse me there, but it says, while the EPA received many comments on the draft proposal expressing concerns similar to those that you raised in your letter, the agency, almost dropped my phone, the agency continues to maintain that modifying competitive vehicles is unlawful. Do you guys get that sentence? Modifying competitive vehicles is unlawful. I'm not talking about street cars. I'm not talking about this car that's rarely driven. I'm talking about competition vehicles, and modifying them is unlawful. Even if it's racetrack only, even if it's unregistered, that is how they're interpreting this. Not the way that you guys think where, oh, it's not a registered car, it's a race car, it doesn't matter. No. They'll come after you. And it's only gonna get stricter and stricter. Other communities have already seen this. Think about the Pew Pew guys. They are definitely going to knock on the door if they start to have all this stuff registered and tracked. So just be prepared for that. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to say it's going to happen in 1 year. It's where they're trying to push this whole thing. And I'm just telling you guys, it is going that direction. So you laugh and say, oh, it's only California, move out of the state. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're definitely misunderstanding what's happening here. Because the way that Feinstein took that, the way she wrote that and the way that it was shared back to me is that any competition vehicle is now unlawful. Basically, she's saying NASCAR is illegal. And that's the way she's representing us in California. That's the problem. Zero conversation with Diane, zero understanding of how race cars and how modifying vehicles works, guaranteed. She just wrote that, put a blanket statement out, and says competition vehicles is unlawful to modify their EPA systems. That's it. Doesn't understand anything about horsepower, doesn't understand anything about E85, alternative fuels, zero. She just says that. And that's our problem, is they don't understand. So how do we kind of get awareness? Well, we all just make a bunch of noise. I mean, other minority groups have done that. I mean, look at the trans LGBT and all that. They're such a small portion of society, yet they're so vocal and so loud, you can't deny that they are out there making a claim for themselves. That's what we had to do being into cars and performance cars specifically. We are so little in the comparisons of other emissions and pollution. Look at ships, look at airplanes, look at other countries. We are so little. Manufacturing, modifying race cars or modifying street cars, whatever you want to say, is such a little factor to overall global warming. Don't get me wrong, I do care about our environment and I care about our future, things like that. But let's look at statistics here and look at the actual root cause of these problems. And it's not Mustangs with superchargers and long tube headers, guaranteed. I love clean air and going to the beach as much as the next guy, but let's be real. We gotta be like going after the actual pollutants, not pushing this onto the American people who are really underrepresented, and that are really just being, they're trying to have a hobby and trying to have fun, and they're just getting like their thumb squished under them like they're a little ant. And we're the little ants out here and we're just getting destroyed by the government. I mean, that's really all I have to say. I mean, it's gonna grow into a bigger problem and we have to push it hard. It's been for years, but the biggest thing is that now it's getting real with this administration. I know I'm not trying to get political, but it seems like they're pushing it to be enforced harder than ever. It's always been there, but now they're really pushing the enforcement, which should scare a lot of people. Without us speaking up, things like this could all go away. I mean, literally, this is my little happy spot, this cockpit. I go out and drive, I have fun with it. This could all go away because some people just don't understand what's going on. And they're just gonna take that all away from us. This was a goal of mine and I've worked for it for so long. And to get to this point with the wrap, the bags, the wheels, the supercharger, these are all the things that I pushed myself and became a better citizen and worked harder to produce more for society. I did it all to be able to enjoy these types of things. And they're gonna try to take that away from us. So we just need to keep speaking up, reaching out, and trying to do more things. Personally, I'm trying to get a meeting with one of our representatives or senators and try to teach them what it is that we do because they just don't understand. So if they had somebody like myself, it doesn't even have to be me, just somebody that's knowledgeable on the subject that can speak to them and explain what it is that we do, I think they would go a long way, or I hope it would go a long way, at least in our battle as far as trying to get this all passed to where we can still have fun. Competition use, not even regarding street use and that gray area, it just needs to be protected for competition use. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this portion of the video right here. On a happier note, I did get new wheels and tires on my truck, so I want to put in some clips right here from when I did that last weekend, and it's really coming along. So if you guys are interested in the overland build, stay tuned. I don't know if this is going to be an individual clip or a full video, but we have wheels and tires now for the overlanding truck. So I figured why not come up here on this nice little dirt path and show you guys what we're about to get put on. Now, I did find a local mom and pop spot to be able to install these, and you guys have already seen the wheels in previous videos, but we have the black Rhino wheels. Those are going to go on. It'll be better to show you once they're actually on. We also have 33 by 12.5 R17 light truck tires. These are Arturo Trailblade MTs. So the MT, the tread pattern, well, it one looks super aggressive, but it's also going to be super helpful when we go off-roading. And these little side blocks right here, these are actually going to push the rocks and gravel and all that crap away from the tires to kind of protect them. But before we go ahead and put these on, I do have to give a shout out to SimpleTire because holy crap, do these tires come quick. Now, I've used SimpleTire in the past on the Mustang. Actually, for pretty much all of the sets of tires on all my cars, I've used SimpleTire. I just didn't know it. And so what I was doing was buying my tires off of eBay, but it was always through SimpleTire because they had the best prices. So SimpleTire's eBay account, then they started advertising to me that they have a website. Didn't even know they had a website. So I went through the website on these and they came super fast. Like I'm talking 2 days. they were boom at my door, and the guys hit them really well and everything like that. So huge shout out to SimpleTire. I'll leave a link down below. I think I can reach out to them and get you guys a little bit of a discount because of the audience that I have. So I'm going to try and get that for you guys. So if you guys see that, I worked really hard to try to get you guys a discount. So shout out to SimpleTire just because they're so freaking fast at getting you the right tire. They're still working on, but oh my God, just look at how good that freaking looks. Oh, that's the look I was going for. Can't wait to see them on. Here it is, all done. Let me put the keys away, but I just had to hit a full lock left turn and it did not rub. So we may not have to do as much cutting or cutting at all. Maybe just this little plastic valance. I don't know about back there. I'll have to have Sabir turn it or Ashley turn it while I'm doing it, but it turned out pretty dang good with the 33 by 12 and a halves. These are 17 by 8 and a halves. And I think I have it as -18. So not super crazy offset, but they do poke out just a bit there. But let me go to the actual sunny side so that way you can see. But that's the amount of poke, and that's without the factory flare. So I kind of like it. It looks aggressive, like if you're behind me or in front of me and you looked at it. But I think this just looks really, really good. I just can't wait to get those stupid stickers off the tire because I hate that noise. But other than that, man, it's coming along. You guys just have to have the vision. We're gonna do new taillights, get off the stickers, do some black accents on the chrome. I mean, it's all gonna come together. Maybe a roof bar, ditch lights, some things like that. It's gonna come together, and then this thing will be an off-road unit. Back at the house, getting these ready to sell them because I'm trying to recoup some of the money to add more mods to this truck. But underneath, I just went ahead and put the spare on there. So we have a full-size spare. It does fit in the OEM way that it just hangs down. You don't need like a spare tire rack or anything that goes on your hitch, but here it is. It's all together now, and you can kind of see it from the back. So now it's kind of like this guy is serious about off-roading because he has a full-size spare. So let's try to make these look as good as possible, get them sold. Also gonna get rid of that old spare and then start more mods on this truck. Alrighty guys, so now that you guys have seen the overland bill, we've talked about the EPA and how it's really gonna affect everyone globally, not just the United States, not just California. I think we need to get this word out, so please share this video. Please share the RPM Act's petition signatures. Just try to get as much coverage as you can. Email your Congress people. Just try to get this out there to where we can explain ourselves because we're so underrepresented. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.